Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Let's formally start our lecture. This lecture will be lecture number 2 of quantity surveying and civil engineering practice. Lecture title is Technical Proposals. These are the learning objectives of this lecture. By the end of this lecture, we'll be able to explain what is a technical proposal, and different elements of technical proposal, and types of technical proposals, and also you'll be able to demonstrate by writing a technical proposal on an issue or any project of civil engineering. So before going into detail, let me ask you, what is a proposal? आप मुझे बताएं प्लीज कि what is a proposal in general terms. प्लीज रिस्पॉन्ड करें ताकि ये क्लास इंटरैक्टिव हो एंड अदरवाइज ये टॉपिक बहुत ज़्यादा बोरिंग हो जाएगा. मैं सब बोलता रहूँगा और आप सिर्फ सुनते रहेंगे और शायद आप सो जाएं.
Try to put forward something for consideration.
Good. Good. Anyone else?
A plan or suggestion in a written form.
अभी जैसे कि एक स्टूडेंट ने बताया कि to put forward something for consideration. So if you are submitting a technical proposal, तो जब हम टेक्निकल प्रपोजल की बात करते हैं तो जब आप यही डेफिनेशन लगाते हैं to put forward something for consideration, तो इसमें आप क्या पुट फॉरवर्ड करते हैं? यू आर पुटिंग something, some project that I'll do your work in this way and please consider it. and इन सब चीज़ों का मकसद क्या होता है? In most of the cases, business, in turn of money, exchange of money. So if we can define technical proposal or proposal like a proposal in simple terms is an offer by one party to provide a product or service to another party in exchange for money. Or you can also define it as it is a sales presentation. It is a sales presentation. Sales presentation in terms of when you write a proposal, you are submitting a document and you are trying to selling something. You are trying to selling your product or your services. So that proposal in written form is like a presentation seeking to persuade the reader to accept the written plan for accomplishing a task. So let's see some proposals, some examples of proposals. So you all know that consultants submit proposals to companies stating that they can help solve problems within a company. Consultants submit a proposal to a company for solving their problem. Building contractors submit proposals to the government that they can build something for public works department. Or reputed advertising agencies offer to publicize a product or an idea for a company. Construction companies submit proposals to government abroad that they can build everything from bridges to skyscrapers, and the list of examples is endless. So these are some of cases, very few cases from a bundle of cases जो आपको proposals की applications बता रही. as I told you, the purpose of proposal is to aim to solve a problem, alter a procedure, find an answer to the question. This will involve research studies or feasibility studies, offer advice or training. So, a training company can also uh, put a proposal that I will train yours to another company, that I will train your staff, or like this, or conduct research on a topic of interest to both parties. So this can be like feasibility study VC2, or it can be like academic proposals like your FIP proposals or HEC proposals for research grants. So you are basically aiming to conduct a research on a topic. So this was a brief introduction to this proposal. There are some other examples of putting technical proposals. They can be used to construct parking slots, buildings, bridges, etc., to sell properties, to survey areas, to plan and construct airports, baggages, conveyor systems, to modernize the office, train the international managers for work, to conduct the basic research, to improve the engineering performance within a company. Okay, before going to the next slide, which is about the importance of proposal. So let me ask from you, what do you think? What is the importance of a proposal? Proposal एक कंपनी के लिए, एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए क्यों अहमियत रखता है? Do some brainstorming and थोड़ा सोचें इस पे कि क्या इम्पोर्टेंस हो सकती है proposal for a company. जी ये माजिद यासर फॉरनर है कि पाकिस्तानी? कोई है यहाँ पे कि नहीं?
What do
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Farned here.
sir, I
Maybe.
have question. Are you in the university?
No, I'm not in university. I'm asking Majid Yasir is foreigner or local student?
Yeah, yes, he's foreigner.
Okay, please tell him that to join the class with University Official ID.
Okay.
So, is there any question till this point?
No, sir, because just I have joined now because I have no
Okay.
interest in hostel.
Okay, okay.
University.
Okay. So we are talking about the technical proposals. So we have just introduced into the topic.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. Very
Okay,
well.
I'm asking about importance of a proposal for a company. So Ahmed Muhammad, can you please do you know anything, or do you have any idea why is technical proposal important for a company or an organization?
Technical proposal for a project or something like that?
Yes.
Yes, it's very important because like it's giving, if the company want to do proposal for any project, so it's give the funds like if there is organization for funding for that project, so the proposal can give clear idea about what will go, what will be and how it will be.
Yes, good. Anyone else?
Yes, sir.
Ji, please.
Sir, I think it's a basic step for approving anything or any idea that we are proposing in front of the companies, etc. So it's an important step, I think.
Yes, exactly. And it will lead to either rejection of the proposal, or it will either lead to the acceptance of proposal. And in both of the cases, it is beneficial for our company. If it is rejected, you can learn from your mistakes and so on. And if it is accepted, and so it will earn money from you, for that company, for your company. So proposal, a successful proposal, there's a quote that says that a successful proposal is a difference between working on a project or looking for another job. So if your proposal is successful, so you'll be working on that project, or if your proposal is rejected, so you'll be looking for another job. So let's see what is in the slides. So proposals are valuable records of information in an organization. Look at this bullet and look at this bullet. They help promote various research activities which are vital for the individual organization or a government. When you write a proposal, you write a technical proposal. For example, if there is a project announced for construction of a canal system, so your company is trying to apply for that project, and for this purpose, they are writing a proposal. So, what will be the steps of writing a proposal? They cannot directly sit down and write that a proposal that we want to do this project and complete proposal within a day, a single or two. You have to do some surveys. You have to do some research activities. You have to find out how the canal systems are built. If you have not done your similar project in past, so you have to search out the procedure, you have to search out for the materials required, you have to search out the rates of the materials which will be used in the construction. You have to find out the local labor cost, labor skills required, machinery is required, and so on. List is endless. So basically, if you are writing a proposal, you will do a lot of research on that topic before writing a proposal. You will prepare estimates. So it can be said that proposals are valuable records of information in an organization. So in case your proposal is accepted, so you will be lucky and you will be start working on that project. But if your proposal is rejected, so still it is good for your company. Next time when there is a similar project announced from the government, so you can directly you will have an experience of writing a proposal for that project, and you will know what mistakes you have done in the previous project or previous proposal, so you'll be avoiding those mistakes. Also, you'll be knowing that the basic procedures, basic materials, what are the materials required, what are the machineries required. So you have a lot of data collected already for that project. So the second proposal will take less time than the previous one. So it helps promote research activities, and also it is a valuable record of information in an organization. Also, the second bullet is saying that successful proposals give financial returns to the organization. So it is understood that when a proposal is successful, जब आपका proposal accept हो जाता है, then your company starts earning. Proposals attempt to win contracts for the company undertaking the project, so they are a mean of winning a contract. ये projects जीतने का एक जरिया है, and it also enhances the power of estimation, judgment, and discrimination in the writer. These were some important points about the proposal. Here comes the types of proposal. Proposals की basically हम इनको 3 categories में divide कर सकते हैं. We can divide them into 3 categories. Number 1 is the sales proposals and the research proposals. The second category can be the external proposals and internal proposals. And the third category can be solicited proposals and unsolicited proposals. So, the first one, the sales proposals and research, as the name indicates, this involves, the sales proposals involve purely a business. They are written for business purposes, whereas the research proposals are written for research grants or taking admission in the PhD program or master's program or starting your master's research, etc. A similar, or if you are writing a proposal for your FIP project, so it is also a research proposal. Talking about the external proposals and internal proposals. So, if you are writing a proposal within your organization, it will be called as internal proposal. And if you are writing a proposal outside your organization to another independent organization, so it will be called as external proposal. Third one is solicited proposal and unsolicited proposal. The first one, the solicited proposal is also called as invited proposal. So when you are invited to write a proposal, then it will be called as solicited proposal. And if you are not invited to write a proposal and you're writing a proposal by yourself, there is no invitation from the recipient, so this will be called as unsolicited proposal. So, sales proposals are mostly outside the company. They are external proposals most of the time. And also they are mostly solicited proposal. They are the proposal writers or companies are invited to mails or newspapers. Whereas the research proposals, they both can be solicited or unsolicited proposal. For example, HEC has advertised a research grant, and they are asking for proposals for research topics. So that type of proposal you are writing will be solicited proposal. They are mostly academic in nature and mostly used in the educational institutes or research institutes. Sorry, the name is interchanged here. This is basically the internal proposal, and this is the external proposal. So this is internal proposal. So if you're writing a proposal to someone within your organization, so it will be called as internal proposal, and the internal proposal might be at very local level. Like here's an example. You may have internal proposal may be at very local level. For example, you're discussing with your boss that, or you are discussing your boss on an issue and giving a suggestion to him for resolving that issue. Your boss is asking you that please write a proposal for this issue. So this will be now solicited and internal proposal. Talking about the external proposal, external proposal is the one written from one separate independent organization or individual to another such entity. The typical example is the independent consultant proposing to do a project for another firm. Then comes the solicited and unsolicited. As I told you, that solicited is the an invited proposal and unsolicited is an uninvited proposal. So invitations are normally sent through the newspapers or mails. Talking about the unsolicited proposal, with unsolicited proposal, you sometimes must convince the recipient that a problem or need exists before you can begin to main part of the proposal. So let's take an example of the pastry choke flyover. So when PDA has identified an issue in that location, so they will be writing a proposal to the government. Government hasn't invited them to write a proposal. They're writing themselves because there's an issue and they want to resolve that issue and they have a solution for that. So first of all, they will have to convince the government that with rationales or research data, for example, traffic count or other parameters, that there is congestion in this location and we need to solve this issue. For this problem, we have this solution. So they will have to convince the government that there is an issue. Whereas in the solicited proposal, the recipient or the government will know there is an issue and we want a solution, and they will ask you for the solution to write a proposal for solving this issue. Is it clear? Is there any question till this point? अगर किसी का कोई क्वेश्चन है तो प्लीज.
So it was clear. Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay. Now we'll talk about the characteristics of a proposal. Which are the main characteristics of proposals? So a proposal should demonstrate to appropriate decision makers that their needs would be met with. there should not be any extra talk in that proposal, any extra irrelevant discussion in that proposal, and your proposal should be very specific and straightforward. And by reading your proposal, the decision makers should directly know whether they will whether your proposed solution will solve their problem or not. Proposal should, up to some extent, I'm emphasizing on this some extent, a proposal should, up to some extent, permit the informality and personal approach in the style of writing a proposal. थोड़ा बहुत आप उसमें अपना creativity या थोड़ा अपना एक style उसमें incorporate कर सकते up to some extent, but normally maximum of the proposals have some standard format. This is very important. It should look neat and attractive. First impression is the last impression. So if you're writing a proposal which is very strong technically in technical aspect, so but its appearance is not good. It is not attractive. You have not formatted it properly, so it might be rejected, or it may have a bad impression on the reader as compared to a very weak proposal which is very weak in technical information, but it is very good in neatness and attractiveness. So it will be better than the first one. So we will discuss these elements of a technical proposal in the coming slides, but every proposal should include at least a summary, a background, objective description of the problem, methodology, and these are very basic or main elements of proposal. We'll discuss other elements as well, which can be incorporated depending upon the type of proposal you are writing. Another important thing, it should anticipate any possible reason for rejection and provide suggestions for overcoming them. So if you think there is a point in your proposal which is unavoidable and it should be mentioned in the proposal, but it can be a reason of rejection for your proposal. So you should anticipate in advance that and write in your proposal that this might be not good, or might be very expensive, and if you are going to reject my proposal on this basis, then I can revise these rates or something like that. You can provide suggestions for overcoming them. Follow precisely the requirements of the solicitor. So this point is mainly relevant to the solicited proposal. When the proposal is of the type, the proposal is solicited proposal. So normally in solicited proposals, the requirements are mentioned in the advertisement. Your proposal should be in this format, or they may provide template for writing a proposal. They may recommend or suggest the font style, size of the font, heading style, page margins, sequence of the headings, etc. So you have, if the solicitor have mentioned these requirements of writing a proposal, so you must follow these requirements very precisely. So it may contain all or some of these elements of structure according to the purpose, usefulness, and requirements of the recipient language. So we will discuss the element of structure in the coming slide, so it is relevant to that. Last but not least, use unambiguous language. Your statements should be like your statements can they cannot be taken or they should not be misleading. आपकी स्टेटमेंट से सिर्फ और सिर्फ एक ही मतलब लिया जा सके. Sorry,
They should not what?
they should not be unambiguous. Sorry, they should be unambiguous. They should not be ambiguous statements.
Okay.
Do you know what is ambiguous? Ahmed
No,
Muhammad.
clarify. I don't know.
Not sorry.
I said, just can you explain it?
Okay. So unambiguous. Your statements should be unambiguous. They should not be ambiguous. Your statements should be clear, and there should be only one meaning from which can be taken from which can be extracted from your statement. I think it is clear now.
Yes, I mean it should be not tough for regular people to understand it.
No, it is not like this. But if I write some statement and Ahmed Muhammad is taking one meaning from that, and another student is taking another meaning from that, and the third person is taking third meaning from that. So it should not be like that. All of you people should take a single meaning from that.
Okay,
So,
okay. Okay, now it's clear, yes, sir.
good.
Meaning it shouldn't have multiple meanings.
Yes, yes. So let's see this. What is this? What is wrong with this picture or with this structure? This is not relevant to the topic, but actually I want to wake up you people.
सर कॉलम टॉप भी नहीं है और
Column.
ये पंचिंग होगी सर स्लैब में.
Column top नहीं है, ठीक है?
Yes.
Okay, good. Ahmed Muhammad, can you please tell me what is wrong with this this structure?
I
सर
don't know.
वायर्स देखें सर, इतनी बिजली की वायर्स उसके ऊपर से गुजर रही है.
Okay, good point.
सर डायरेक्टली स्लैब पर इन्होंने कॉलम ऊपर
Okay,
उठा लिया
this
ना.
was excellent. This was excellent. I'll give excellent for this. Actually, issue ये है कि इन्होंने कॉलम के ऊपर कॉलम नहीं रखा, बल्कि स्लैब के ऊपर कॉलम रखा हुआ.
सर
Yes, please.
ये केस अगर आप देखें तो नीचे वाली स्लैब जो है इसका एरिया ज्यादा है और ऊपर वाले का कम है ना. तो इस सिचुएशन में अगर हम लोग फील्ड में अगर हम लोग ये प्रोजेक्ट हमारे पास आ जाते तो हम इस केस में क्या करें, क्योंकि ऊपर वाली स्लैब छोटी है नीचे वाली बड़ी है. ऊपर वाली को सपोर्ट भी तो ऐसे ही करेंगे ना, या इसका कोई अल्टरनेट मेथड है सपोर्ट करने का?
नहीं, तो इसका जो स्ट्रक्चर डिजाइनर था उसने गलती की है. जो स्ट्रक्चर डिजाइनर था, ये कॉलम इधर आते ही नहीं, ऊपर वाले स्लैब को बड़ा कर दे, क्या हो जाएगा?
सर वो आर्किटेक्चर वो टेरिस नीचे देना हो तो फिर
टेरेस नीचे देना हो तो फिर आप ये कर सकते हैं कि इसमें इसके नीचे एटलीस्ट बीम तो प्रोवाइड कर देते, ये जो जहाँ पे स्लैब रेस्ट कर रहा है, नीचे स्लैब रेस्ट कर रहा है.
Yes, sir.
सॉरी कॉलम जिस स्लैब के ऊपर रेस्ट कर रहा है ये जगह
सर
जो है
इसको हम अगर सर कॉलम के ऊपर कॉलम देकर सर इसको आर्किटेक्चरल पर्पस के लिए बीम रख देते फिर भी डिजाइन तो आ सकता था सर।
तो मैं यही कह रहा हूँ कि यहाँ से यहाँ तक अगर बीम दे देते properly designed beam for this load तो they not it was okay.
सर बीम की जरूरत नहीं थी, जो 3 कॉलम्स बाहर है उनको इन साइड कर लेते तो मतलब वो
नहीं
सिर्फ बाहर को
आपने
ओवरहैंगिंग पोर्शन।
वो पिछला जो क्वेश्चन था वो कह रहा था कि हमें we have to stick with this shape कि यहाँ से स्ट्रक्चर पीछे चला जाए,
ओके सर।
otherwise that was the simplest solution कि आप इन सबको एक लाइन में ले आए, ये इसको बाहर ले आए इसको पीछे ले जाए।
सर ने बीम नहीं प्रोवाइड किया ना, जो सबसे बड़ी गलती की। बीम होते तो फिर ठीक था।
बिल्कुल। What is this? AutoCAD पढ़ा है सब में?
यस सर।
Ahmed Mohammed, can you point out the issue with this slab?
रिवीजन क्लाउड को भी स्लैब में उन्होंने पुट कर दिया।
Ahmed
Yeah,
Mohammed,
there is an opening within the slab, so it is affecting transmission of the load.
there is an opening within the slab. Okay, yes, there is an opening within the slab, but look at this drawing and then look at this opening. What does this this bubble-shaped line mean? Actually, it is not something like
revision cloud.
It is a revision cloud. It is a symbolic line. The designer may have any issue with this text or their dimensions, and he highlighted this portion that you have to revise these dimensions or this area. So therefore, this thing is present here. But the site engineer they have constructed this exactly same thing in the slab. So this was the mistake.
By the way, it is looking good, sir.
हाँ, लेकिन अगर ऊपर किराए का घर हो नीचे आपका घर हो तो फिर
अच्छा तो होगा।
अच्छा होगा
और भी अच्छा होगा।
That's real or just made for understanding?
No, that is real. That is real.
सलाम दुआ तो करेंगे ना सर ऊपर।
हाँ सलाम दुआ करेंगे। अच्छा, now here let's back to the topic. I will discuss the elements of structure. So as we all know that one size cannot be fitted on all. आपका एक बंदे का सूट जो है दूसरे बंदे पे नहीं आता, एक साइज जो है सब पे फिट नहीं होता. Single size doesn't fit all the people. So same is the case here. A single style of writing proposal doesn't fit with all type of proposals. Some will need additional headings for providing the details required for that specific project. So each type of project will involve a different style, but not different style, but it will include different types of headings in writing the proposal. So what are the main headings of writing proposal? The main headings can be divided into three parts: prefatory parts, body of proposal, and supplementary parts. There are basic three categories of, or it can not categories. There are basic three parts of a proposal document. Number one is the prefatory part. Second one is the body of proposal, and third one is the supplementary parts. Each of them have their sub parts as well. So prefatory parts can be further divided into title page, letter of transmittal, draft contract, table of contents, list of tables or list of figures, executive summary. Body of proposal will include introduction, problem, what is the problem, what is the need, what is the background, objective and objectives and purpose, scope and limitation, procedures, methods and sources, managerial procedures, sequence of activities, equipment facilities, product required for that project, personnel qualifications, and cost estimate. These all things or headings can be categorized as body of proposal. Then comes the third one, which is the supplementary part, which will include conclusion, appendices, and references. Talking about the prefatory parts, discussing them individually, title page. So basically, title page, as the name indicates, it is the first page of the proposal, which will include the title of the project, by whom it is submitted, and to whom it is submitted. And if your proposal is solicited and you are invited to write a proposal, then you might have provided with the format of the title page, and you will have to stick with that format. But if it is not a solicited proposal and you are writing the proposal by yourself, so you can choose any format for that purpose, any standard format. So normally, when you submit an assignment, you prepare a title page for that. Assignment number 1, title of the submission at the top, assignment number 1, then below that submitted by and submitted to. So this becomes the title page of your report. Then comes the letter of transmittal. After the title page, you may provide letter of transmittal. This letter may include a discussion about a brief introduction to the proposal for what you are writing a proposal, and any message to the reader, like please find my to and all of the standard format of a letter. You can use that, and the main body can contain please find the proposal attached title with this topic, and I'm writing this proposal for this purpose, and it has an estimated cost of this amount. Please review my proposal and respond back positively. Regards, XYZ. So this can be a letter of transmittal. So this is a cover letter that accompanies or is bound along with proposal. Proposal submitted to government organization may contain letter of transmittal immediately after the title page. This cover letter includes a brief introductory, a middle and concluding paragraph. The topic and purpose are clearly mentioned in the introductory section of the letter. The middle section contains the proposal highlights, and the concluding section will motivate the recipient towards the responding positively to your proposal. Let's talk about the draft contract. When your proposal is accepted, so you and the other party might have some contract agreement with each other. So what will be the conditions or terms and conditions of that contract? So you may propose a draft contract to the recipient that after the acceptance of the proposal, we will bound by this contract. This contract may include the rate or cost or duration, that I will complete this project in this much duration, and you are bound to do this, and I am bound to do this. So all of these steps can be arranged, organized in the draft contract. Table of contents and list of tables and figures are understood. Table of contents will include this will be a table including all of the topics and on which page they are mentioned. And list of tables and figures will include title of the figure and page number. Look at this. This is a sample transmitter letter. So you can read. This is the recipient information. This is the writer information. Dear this, I submit here with a proposal in support of a research program entitled this to be performed under my direction in Europea State University Earth Sciences Laboratory. I am requesting funding in the amount this cost for a period of this transmitter letter. You can include more or less information in this. Okay, executive summary. What is executive summary? खुलासा जिसे कहते हैं उर्दू में. So let's suppose you submitted a proposal which is composed on 150 pages, and it was a solicited proposal, and it was advertised in the newspaper, and the recipient has received almost 100 to 200 proposals. Each of them is composed on contain 100, 120 pages, 150 pages. So it will not be very easy for the reader to evaluate the proposal by reading all of the pages. So initially to get an idea about your proposal, he'll go to the executive summary and read that executive summary. Executive summary will contain all of the not all of the information, but the information about the proposal in very generic way, and without quoting any rate or anything else. So you'll just describe briefly the topic, your problem. Then in the second paragraph you'll describe your methodology in very short statements, and in the last concluding paragraph you'll conclude your discussion. This will be your executive summary. There is a note that the importance of an effectively written executive summary cannot be underestimated. Many consultants believe that a project is accepted or rejected solely based on the impression created by the summary. So might be your proposal is very strong in technical aspects, but you have not prepared your executive summary properly, or your executive summary is not very attractive, or your is not containing any solid statements. So it will put very bad impression, and the reader may clearly reject that proposal just on the basis of the summary. Okay, is there any question till this point? Do you have any question or any
No, sir.
confusion or any comment on the topic?
No, sir.
Okay, then comment on this picture.
Improper slope, sir.
Improper slope. Anyone else?
Have a nice overview.
Have a nice
View.
sorry view. Okay, good.
सर
It looks like
टिपिकल
a
जवान में
ये
मतलब
एडिट
ठेकेदारों की
है
जुबान
सर.
sorry.
Yeah.
ये एडिटेड पिक्चर है सर.
अच्छा, ये एक स्टूडेंट कह रहा था टिपिकल जबान में क्या?
It is actually in the wrong position because it's in the middle of the road.
No, actually it is not. The problem is not like this. It might be in the correct position, but it is the level of the drain is higher than the surrounding surface. So the water will have to fight with the force of gravity and climb up to get down in the drain. You got my point?
Yes, sir. It also could be like for jobless people in order to give them a job. So you have to make this, and then they will
Yes,
come to the water in.
it is a positive aspect of
Yeah.
this.
Wow.
Good. Okay. Now let's discuss the body of proposal. The body will contain problem of the problem for which you are writing the proposal, background, then purpose, then scope, limitations, project team personnel, procedures, equipment, facilities, and products, and personnel qualifications, and etc. Budget, cost estimate. So, body of proposal. In the body of proposal, initially you will discuss, depending upon the needs of the solicitor, the problem statement will contain the information about the problem. For example, if you are writing a proposal to solve the congestion problem at phase 3 job, so you'll write the problem here. There is a congestion, there is a peak hour traffic, and this is the value of peak hour traffic at this location, and this is the picture of congestion at this location, and so on. You will discuss all the observations and issues here. What will be included in the background? In the background, you will provide any information related to this problem. For example, to solve this problem, the congestion problem at phase 3 job, PDA has already constructed a roundabout, but it has failed, and it has caused this issue. Or you can also write that this solution was provided 5 years ago, but this solution was not effective for solving the congestion problem now. So that's why I'm proposing this solution, and this solution will on these bases this solution will provide the solution will solve this issue. What is the purpose, or it can be objective as well. Objective. What are your objectives in this proposal? So objectives or purpose should be very concise and very straightforward and in very concise form. If I am talking about the phase 3 choke, so the objective of this proposal is to construct a flyover, or to construct the flyover for phase 3 choke. Bas, that's it. If you're writing a proposal for your final year project or your master's research or your PhD research, so in that case, still I'll suggest that your objectives should be very concise and in very 2 or 3 points or 4 points maximum. So, for example, it can be to offer the supply of 40 aircraft engines to aviation supplier to provide the required training for the newly employed graduates. These are the objectives of this proposal, a sample objective. Or if you're writing a research proposal, so don't include any extra stuff because at the end of the research proposal, the evaluator will ask you about the objectives. You might have mentioned something in the objectives, and that objective was not reflected in your results or observations or outcomes of the research. So it will be a question mark on you that you have mentioned that it is your objective. This point is mentioned in your objective, but it is not present anywhere in the end results. So that will create a bad impression on you. Scope are the boundaries of the project. For example, a contractor is constructing a flyover. A contractor is constructing a flyover, and the chief minister of KPK visits that location and asks contractor to construct the road below the flyover as well. So the contractor can clearly refuse him by saying that this is not in my scope of the project. This is not in the scope of the project. This is not in the scope of this project. So what will you do in this project and what you will not do in this project? This basically defines the scope. I hope it is clear. If there's any confusion, you can ask.
No, sir.
So scope is very important. You should mention the scope of the project. So if someone asks you about doing something extra, so you can clearly mention that this was not in the scope of the project. Okay, what is the difference between limitations and scope? आप में से कोई बताए? Anyone from you? What is the difference between scope and limitations?
So we're so curious to know.
Okay. If you have any idea, you can please share. your idea. Maybe it's wrong, but I'll be interested for
Sir,
this problem.
scope basically describes the extent of the project,
Mhm.
and limitations. In limitation, we can study the shortcomings that we may face in the project.
Okay, good attempt. Hanzib, please turn on your mic and comment on this.
सर पता नहीं है सर.
Okay. So scope तो सब clear है ना? Scope is clear to all of you. Talking about the limitations. So limitations are something like how to explain this. Let me give you an example. I've worked on the my MSc research was on numerical modeling. Numerical modeling is like you use mathematical techniques to predict any physical phenomena in mathematical using mathematical techniques. For example, if a beam is constructed and it was tested experimentally and it costed you almost 3 to 4 lakh rupees. Now now you want to study what will be the results if I increase the length of the beam, if I increase the width of the beam, if I increase the reinforcement in the beam. So what you will do, you will and each test costs you about 4 to 5 lakh rupees. So you have tested one beam and you got the results. Now you want to study the effect of length, increasing the length of the beam on the results. So what you will do, you will cast another beam, you will prepare and construct another beam, and you will test it in the laboratory. Then you want to you spend another 4 lakh rupees. Now you want to study about the what will be the effect of width of the beam on the results. So you have prepared another beam and spent 4 lakh rupees. So and tested that beam. Now I can reduce this cost by just testing one beam and preparing mathematical model based on the observations from that test. And the mathematical model will predict the results. In the mathematical model, I can change the dimensions of the beam. I'll increase the length of the beam, and I can increase the width of the beam, and get the results within a minute or 2 or 3. So this is about the mathematical. This was some brief introduction about the mathematical models. So now, what is the limitation of that mathematical model? Let's say I've prepared a beam model for singly reinforced beam. So the limitation of my prepared model will be that it is only limited to the singly reinforced beam. It cannot predict the behavior of doubly reinforced beam. Or you can also say that it is based on a reinforced beam, and it cannot predict the results for unreinforced beam. So this was something limitations to this research topic. Is it clear, or I should explain it further?
Yes, somehow it gets sense. It's like you just direct the methodology for one purpose, and you cannot
Yes,
use the same methodology
yes.
for another purpose.
You cannot use this method for XYZ purpose. This is the limitation of this method or this
Yes,
proposed technique.
that's clear.
Okay, that was about the limitations. In the you may provide project team description in the proposal as well. Who will be working on the project? What will be the designations? What will be their qualifications as well? Then comes the procedure. You will describe the procedure by which you will achieve the goal. For example, again take the example of phase 3 choke flyover. So you'll describe how you will construct this flyover. First of all, you will do some surveys or geotechnical investigations to design the project. Then the construction team will be hired, and then they will start excavating the soil at the excavating the ground at the particular locations, and then so on. Then concreting and superstructure and finishing work. So what will be your methodology for achieving the goals? You'll describe all of those steps here. Then you'll present the sequence of activities. You can prepare a chart or diagram showing the sequence of activities, or you can list them by mentioning the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on with them. So this will be the sequence of activities. For example, for the same project, the excavation will be the first activity. Number 2 activity will be construction of piles. Number 3 will be construction of pile cap. Number 4 activity will be construction of piers. Number 5 activity will be construction of deck and construction of parapet walls and so on. So this will be the sequence of activities. It can be in any form, in the form of a Gantt chart, in the form of a flowchart diagram. You can also mention equipments needed or facilities or any product needed for the construction. So for you can mention you need 10 excavators of this much capacity, or 10 drilling machines, or etc. So all of the facilities required or the facilities available with you and facilities needed, all of these information can be mentioned in this section. Personnel. All the manpower requirements will be presented here. For example, I have submitted a research grant proposal from HEC. So in that research grant proposal, I have mentioned that there will be one principal investigator. Then under the principal investigator PI, there will be a co-PI, co-principal investigator, and under the co-PI, there will be working 2 PhD students, and under each PhD student, there will be working 2 master's students, and so on. So this can be like a description of the personnels involved in this project, and you have to provide their technical expertise as well. So all such information can be presented in this section. Budget and cost estimate can also be presented in this section. So all your calculations or your summarized cost or item rates can be presented here. That this X item will cost this much, Y item will cost this much, and this is the total cost of the project. Now, coming to the last or supplementary parts. Conclusion. The conclusion will be last part of the proposal, and it will be including all of the summary of all of the discussion, and it is also recommended that there should be no new discussion or no new there should be no new topic started in this section. All of the discussion should be made in the body section, and the conclusion section should contain the summary and concluding remarks about that proposal. The last three portions or the parts are appendices, references, and bibliography. So what is appendices? Let's assume that you are preparing cost estimates for the project, and you have done a lot of calculation, and you have used a lot of 10 to 15 pages of calculation to calculate the cost of the project or item rates. So you don't need to present all of those calculations in the body of proposal, because it will interrupt the flow of the reader. So for example, if the reader is reading the budget and cost, and you have presented all of the detailed calculation in this section, this multiplied by this is equal to this, and divided by this is equal to this. So it will be not good for the reader, and it will disturb the flow of the reader. So in this section, you will just present the summary of the cost estimate or the budget. For example, this thing will cost this much, this thing will cost this much, and this is the total cost. That's enough. The detailed calculation, if you want to present in the proposal, can be presented now in the appendices. So basically, appendices is a heading in which you will present those information which are not very much important, but it might be the reader might be interested to go into. If the reader is interested to go into detailed calculations, so he can go to the appendices and read that information. So you have to prepare each separate appendix for each category. For example, if you are presenting detailed calculation about cost, so you'll mention here in the body of the proposal that the detailed calculation of the cost is presented in Appendix A. So the reader will directly go to the Appendix A if we want to read the detail about the calculation. So when he opens Appendix A, he will find the detailed calculation. Also, if there is some structure analysis calculation involved in the research proposal, so in the body of proposal, you will just provide the results of the analysis, and you'll mention that the detailed calculation is presented in the Appendix B. And if the reader wants to read the detailed calculation, we will directly go to the Appendix B and read those calculations. So, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, references. Every time when you quote something in your body of proposal, for example, if you're working on concrete and you're writing in the introduction part or research or in any part of the body of the proposal, you're writing that the concrete strength will decrease if we cure it with the acidic water or like this. So how did you know that? How did you know that? might have read this thing somewhere on the internet, or in any research paper, or in any book. So you must provide reference to that. What is the source of this information? So all of these things will be mentioned in the references. When you're writing such statement in the body of proposal, then let's say you're writing in the body of proposal that the concrete strength will decrease by this much amount if you use acidic water. Now, what is the source? You will write in the bracket if this is a research paper whose author is SHEHRYAR, and you will write SHEHRYAR dot comma 2010. 2010 is the year of publication of this research paper. So this is the citation style. Now, at the end of the proposal, you will give a heading of references, and you'll mention the detailed information about my research paper, SHEHRYAR 2010, and you'll describe it in detail. This is a paper having title this, and this was published in this journal or conference, and in this year, and these are the page numbers of this paper. Is it clear? अगर कोई क्वेश्चन है, कंफ्यूजन है, तो प्लीज आस्क. There are different styles of citation and referencing. APA style, Howard style. So you look into the solicitor requirements that in which style they are demanding or they are requesting the references. So according to that style, you'll mention the references. References में कोई क्वेश्चन है, कंफ्यूजन है, तो प्लीज पूछो. मैं ऑनलाइन हूँ या नहीं?
यस सर.
अच्छा, कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं है?
यस सर.
नो सर. मैं
रेफरेंसेस पहले कहीं देखे हैं आप लोगों ने? Do you have heard about the references? पहले कभी
Yes, sir.
कहीं?
यस सर.
जी. अच्छा, आपने कौन से स्टाइल में अगर देखे हैं तो कौन से स्टाइल में देखे हैं?
सर एंड में जब वो जो रिसर्च पेपर होते हैं ना, उनके एंड में होते हैं.
जी जी बिल्कुल. तो
ऐसे
बेसिकली
देखा है सर सिर्फ.
अच्छा, ठीक है. ये भी आप लोगों के FYPs में ये चीजें काम आएंगी, थीसिस राइट अप में. तो आप लोग ये थोड़ा सा
रिसर्च पेपर में सर देखें.
हाँ, इसके फिर मुख्तलिफ स्टाइल्स होते हैं. APA स्टाइल है, हार्वर्ड स्टाइल है, ट्रिपल ई स्टाइल है. तो ईच ऑफ दी स्टाइल्स, किसी में ऑथर नेम पहले आ जाता है, किसी में जर्नल नेम पहले आ जाता है, किसी में पब्लिशिंग ईयर पहले आ जाता है. तो वो इस पे डिपेंडेंट है. डॉट कॉमा वगैरह ये चीज़ें डिफरेंस है. ये डिफरेंस है. बाकी बेसिक इंफॉर्मेशन यही है. हर एक रेफरेंस में, हर एक स्टाइल में आपने ये बेसिक इंफॉर्मेशन प्रोवाइड करनी होती है कि ऑथर कौन है, ईयर ऑफ पब्लिकेशन कौन है, क्या है, एंड बुक नेम या जर्नल नेम और कॉन्फ्रेंस नेम, किस कॉन्फ्रेंस में पब्लिश हुई थी. So these are the major information required in the references. Okay, talking about the bibliography, references में in the references you quote, you present those papers, research papers or books which you have cited in your main body of the proposal, जिसको आपने directly use किया है. Bibliography में वो sources आ जाती हैं. Bibliography will include those sources which are not directly cited in your main body, but you might have taken help from those sources, any book or any research paper. So you can mention those things or those stuffs in the bibliography. Style and appearance of research proposal, it is very important. You must stick to a single style. If the proposal is invited proposal, then you must stick to the any template. Stick to the template provided by the solicitor. And if it is uninvited proposal and you are using your own format for that purpose, then you must stick to a single format. Your text size should be uniform. Your text style should be, font style should be uniform. It should not be like this. आपका कहीं एक पैराग्राफ जो है टाइम्स न्यू रोमन में है, and the other paragraph is in Calibri font, and the first paragraph is having a 12 size and the second paragraph is in 14 size. Headings is some headings are bold, some are italic, some are underlined. So your style should be uniform. और इस चीज का बहुत बुरा इंप्रेशन पड़ता है अगर आपका स्टाइल यूनिफॉर्म नहीं है. अक्सर आप लोग असाइनमेंट्स भी सबमिट करते हैं तो उसमें भी ये मिस्टेक होती है कि कहीं पे टेक्स्ट छोटा है, कहीं पे बड़ा है, कहीं पे टेक्स्ट एक साइड पे जा रहा है, कहीं पे दूसरी साइड पे जा रहा है. तो दिस शुड नॉट लाइक दिस. Evaluation. So evaluation of the proposals, if you know in advance the evaluation criteria of the proposal, so you might be able to prepare it in a more efficient way. For example, you know in advance that you will be assessed based on 50% of final exam, 20% of the mid exam, and 30% of the sessionals. So for final exam you work hard, and because it has a more weightage. So in the same manner, if you know in the advance and in the solicited proposals, the solicitor in most of the cases they give you the evaluation criteria that your methodology will be having this much marks, and your problem statement or research literature review will be having this much marks. So if you are knowing this, you can prepare the research proposal or any proposal in a more efficient way. So here is a sample proposal, and after this we'll conclude this class. I'm not taking any break because I want that we can conclude earlier. आपकी break जो है end पे shift हो जाएगी. This is a sample proposal. इसमें हम अभी सारे वो elements देखेंगे जो हमने अभी discuss किए हैं. This is a research proposal, and this is the title page for this proposal. Controlled curing for quality concrete. This proposal is submitted by this, and this is the designation Associate Professor Civil Engineering, and this is the co-author, and it is submitted to Secretary, Ministry of Transport and Rural Development, Government of Rajasthan. This is something I think Indian document. So anyhow, this is the title page. This is the draft contract for this proposal. Project title, duration is 2 years, total cost is this much. This is the principal investigator. This is the address of the principal investigator. Then this is the he is the co-investigator, and this is the address of the co-investigator. executive summary. So as I told you that the first paragraph will be containing introductory information about the topic. Second, and the middle paragraph will be containing the methodology, discussion on the methodology, and the third paragraph will be the concluding paragraph. So let's give it a read. A large number of sealing compounds have been developed in recent years. The idea is to obtain continuous seal over the concrete surface by means of firm impervious film to prevent moisture in concrete from escaping by evaporation. These films have been produced or used at the interface of the ground and so on. So this is basically the introduction. Look at the second paragraph. For the proposed project, now look at the statement. This is something methodology. For the proposed project, different light impervious colored polythene films will be used for the concrete curing in different extreme environmental conditions. The colored polythene films will reflect, absorb a particular fraction of light rays. The different light fraction will have different energy. The objective of the proposed project is to obtain the colored films which are best suited in the different existing conditions. The initial test will be conducted for the number of permutations and combinations and so on. This was about the objective and procedure. And the third paragraph is about the conclusion. The outcome of the project is in my sage, I don't know what is this word, in terms of the reduction of quantity of water and curing, might be investigated and used in curing and reuse of polythene films bags for the production of the quality concrete. This was the executive summary. Now here comes the body of proposal. This is the origin of proposal. In this, the author has discussed what is curing, how the curing is done normally in traditional ways. This is actually the background of the research. So he is introducing the reader with the curing and curing procedures, and then here comes the statement of the problem statement. What is the problem the author wants to address? Curing can be described as keeping the concrete moist and warm enough so that the hydration of cement can continue. More elaborately, it can be described as the process of maintaining a satisfactory moisture content and a favorable temperature in the concrete during the period immediately following the placement. In hot places or extreme climates, the quick surface drying of concrete results in the movement of moisture from the interior to the surface. This steep moisture gradient causes high internal stresses which are responsible for internal microcracks in the semi-plastic concrete. So this is the problem. Concrete, while hydrating, releases the high heat of hydration. So this is the discussion about the problem. What is the problem in the normal traditional curing methods in hot regions? What is the objective of this study? Comparison of the strength of concrete adopting curing by normal methods. They will first prepare the concrete and cure it with the normal methods, and will perform different tests on the concrete to check its strength. Reduction in quantity of water for curing. If they are using any special technique, what will be the reduction in use of water for the curing? Reuse of polythene film bags. Production of quality concrete in prevailing environmental conditions. These are the objectives. This is the work plan. Methodology. This is the methodology. They will perform, the methodology will contain all of the tests included in this project. They will perform compression tests, flexure tests, non-destructive testing, resonance method, and what curing procedures they will use: burning method, water spraying, wet Hessian curing, covering with colorless polythene sheets, covering with colored polythene sheets, and so on. This is the time schedule of the project, which item or which activity will take how much duration, and this will be the sum of these duration will be the total duration of the project. Now this section is presenting the cost of the cost estimates of the different items. These are the salaries of the labor involved, consumable items. These are the rates, their cost in first year. There will be the cost of these items in the second year, and this will be the total cost. Skilled labor salary, unskilled labor salary, how much monthly emoluments, first year, second year, total cost. This is the budget for consumable items for the first year and the second year, and then total budget for traveling, how much traveling cost, travel will cost. Attendance of conference, seminars, symposium, workshops, this will cost about this much amount. This is the time schedule or Gantt chart. आपने शायद Gantt chart का नाम सुना हो, MS Project में ये बनता है, and this shows the this shows diagrammatically the duration of each activity and sequence of each activity to the scale. For example, activity A is having this much duration, and activity B will have this much duration. Activity B will start after activity B will end, and then these activities will start, and these activities will have this much durations. Okay, here is the discussion on the infrastructure facilities or machineries which are available or which are required for the project. The workshop facilities are available, water supply and electricity available. This thing, air conditioning room for equipment is not available or not required. This is the list of available equipments that these items are available with us. Now here comes the Appendix A. Look at this. Initially, they have already just mentioned the name of the investigator, and they have not mentioned the sufficient details about the investigators or the personnel working on the project. Now, in Appendix A, they are providing complete information about the people working on this project. So, name, date of birth, institution, and their academic information, graduation, master's, PhD, their publications. In the Appendix B, they have presenting the list of publications of this author. Appendix C, what is Appendix C? Appendix C is showing you the cost estimates, details of the cost estimates. They've initially calculated how much concrete will be required, what is the dimensions of the cubes, total number of specimens required, total amount of concrete required, then total amount of concrete will cost this much, total polythene sheets will cost this much. So this is the total cost, details of the cost estimates. So this was all about the technical proposals. We can conclude this lecture at this point. If you have any question, you can ask, please.
Sir? In the second page of this sample proposal, there is birthday is mentioned there. What the business of the birthday with this proposal? Your voice is not working, sir. It's been muted.
Okay, sorry for that. You're talking about the date of birth.
Yeah.
So you're talking, you're asking like, what is the purpose of this mentioning this date of birth here?
I think this has no business to do with the proposal.
Yes, but
Except
if I,
for reading.
if the client or if the to whom you are submitting the proposal wants to know what is the age of the author, then what?
I think he shouldn't. He should not ask that one because it's not important. I don't know, but except for reading.
Yes, but it totally depends upon the requirements of the solicitor. If he is asking about that, then you have to provide. If he is not asking about that that thing, these stuff, I've submitted a research proposal to the HEC. It may be in the other laptop. I'll share with you people. They have not asked us about the age or date of birth of the authors or co-authors. So it totally depends upon these requirements.
Okay. Clear.
Okay.
Yes,
Any
sir.
other confusion or any other comment about the topic?
We'll try to study it. If we have any confusion, then in the next class we'll ask, inshallah.
Okay, thank you. बाकी सबको कोई confusion हो तो please you can ask.
नो सर, नहीं।
अच्छा, ठीक है। सबको क्लियर है?
यस सर।
अच्छा, अरशद खान मुझे बताओ बिब्लियोग्राफी क्या होती है? What is bibliography?
क्या सर?
What is bibliography?
अब सर ये तो रिवीजन करेंगे लेक्चर की एक बार ना, सर भूल जाता है।
ठीक है, ठीक। चले ठीक है, आप लोग देख लें, फिर कोई क्वेश्चन हो तो मुझसे पूछ लें।
ओके सर।